In this video, I'm going to show you how to summarize qualitative data. If we take our quarterly budget data and look at each transaction and the category of payment it was, we would have 40 different transactions to look through. If you look at all of the categories, is it easy to quickly identify through visual inspection which category is the most common? It looks like miscellaneous is listed a lot of times, but this is a pretty small data set. Imagine if you have thousands or even millions of rows of information. It would be nearly impossible. So when you get large data sets, we need a better way to do this. If you have qualitative data, the only way to statistically analyze that information is to count how many times each category occurs. That's the most basic level of statistical analysis. We can do those counts of how many times each of these categories occurs by making what's called a frequency table. Frequency tables are just a listing that tells you the categories present in the data set and the counts for the number of times that category is present. We also have what's called a relative frequency table, where the counts are turned in percentages instead of numbers. You can build frequency tables with two main methods, using formulas and functions or pivot tables. First, I'll show you how to use formulas and functions. To use formulas and functions, you would start by literally listing every category. So if I make a category column, I know we've got mortgage payments, car payments, electricity payments, we've got gasoline payments, internet, insurance. We keep looking, we've also got phone, miscellaneous, and let's scroll back up to see if there's any that we missed. We didn't count heat yet. Once you've done that, you would need a column for the count. You can put it right next to the category, where you could either go back and literally count the number of mortgage payments, like here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, that there's 3, but it's easy to miss some that way. So a better way is to use the COUNTIF function, where you could say we are going to count this range looking for the word mortgage. And it occurs 3 times. If you try to fill the formula directly, it will not be accurate. There are not 0 miscellaneous payments. And the reason that happens is because I didn't properly lock my range. That range has to use absolute cell references that says do not change the range, only shift down for the categories. So that the range doesn't change when I refill the formula, I'd always be referring back to that same tabular range in the blue, just using a different criteria, looking for a different word. Finally, you can convert that into a percentage or your relative frequency. How I can find that is by taking each of these counts and dividing by the total number of transactions, where if I take the sum of all my transactions, I get 40. So I would take each of these individual counts and divide by the sum, 40. Again, you have to lock that in the denominator only, or you won't get the correct answer. And then I can fill this in, and I can even fill the sum formula across. I'm also going to format this in percentage format. Finally, if you want to make it look a little bit nicer, you could put that in our purple color. You could add borders. You could add a line down here that says this is the total amounts. And maybe put that in a different color to make it stand out that that is the total. And that's how you can build a frequency table and a relative frequency table using the COUNTIF function and some simple division to find percentages. We'll look at how you can do this a faster way using pivot tables in the next video.